Festa de Lemanja. I believe that's what it's called. And it's your boy Icon with another Tomb Raider review for you, Netflix Tomb Raider. And before we get started, hit that notification bell, like and or subscribe, check out my other videos, check out my episode 1 review for Tomb Raider, and let's get started. Because in this particular episode, it takes place where the first one ended, when Laura had just witnessed this woman basically put the mask. Well, she didn't witness her put the mask on, but she witnessed her basically destroy an entire village. And now, Laura's like all upset, and then she ends up calling Sam, and then she's like, "Oh, we had Sam. She tricked us, into revealing the power." And then she said that the mask grants her some sort of power, and she said that she's gonna end up going after other masks, and it's basically like the race is on for a mask collection. And then, after doing some research, after basically sewing up her own wounds in a Walmart, Laura found out that in the culture, in the religion, there are multiple masks that grants power that was gifted from space and time and heavens. Basically, like something happened in outer space and it granted these masks, these masks power. So one of the masks that she found was actually a water mask, and it was somewhere in Brazil. So Sam and Laura go down to Brazil. And then when they go down to Brazil, this old black lady, because there's a festival. There's a festival taking place to honor the water goddess who's the protector of their island. This old black woman, she was just like, she was like, today is the festival. And she was like, there's no one here except me, and I just drive a taxi. So then Laura and Sam got in her taxi, and they were just like, hey, can you take us to this old church? She goes down to the church. They both go down to the church. And then she's like, whatever you find belongs here. And then she was just like, we're not here to take anything. She's like, we're here to basically protect something. They go in the church, they're trying to find the mask, they're looking at statues, and while they're looking for statues and looking at the mask, the Amazonian bodyguard shows up out of nowhere and tries to kill them both. And it was wild because at that point, the woman didn't know that Laura was on to her. And all she knows is that she asked Laura if she could join her cause, but she never actually got an answer from Laura. So for her Amazon assistant to basically just try to kill them out of nowhere, I'm like, well, clearly now you're letting us know that you're the bad guy. So now that you're trying to kill us, we know that you or her or your boss can't be trusted. So now it's all out war. So then they ended up fighting her. Like, the girl got away, the Amazon got away, and then the black lady came back, and then she was like, oh, let me take you guys to the festival. So she takes them to the festival. They start walking around, and then they find out that the festival is actually to honor the person who wears the mask. They actually had the mask on display for everybody to see because that's what everybody was celebrating. That's what they were dancing for. And then Laura was like, oh shit, she's like, someone's going to try to steal it. And then the Amazonian woman comes back and she tries to steal the mask. Now here's the part about that actually blew my mind. So we're doing a festival where the entire festival is to honor this sacred mask. The mask is on a podium, just sitting there in the middle of nowhere where everyone can look at it. This chick just walked up to the mask, took it, replaced it with a fake one, walked away, and nobody said anything. Like, nobody noticed. Nobody wasn't like, hey, you can't touch. The fact that she was even allowed to walk up to it and touch it, there was like no security, no nothing. And I'm just like, how? Like, she basically just swapped this thing, walked away, and nobody cared. Even when Laura was talking to the black lady, the taxi driver, she was just like, like someone's going to try to steal the mask. And she was like, yeah, whatever. She's like, it's a party. She's like, just enjoy the party. And there was like, what's wrong with you people? Like, there's a threat coming. So then she chases the woman. She fights the Amazon. Laura actually beat her up this time. But then the woman ended up, taking a cart, like a push cart, and kicked it towards a child. And then she was just like, you can either stop me and get this mask back, or you can save the child. Obviously, Laura went to go save the child. And then after she saved the child, she couldn't get to the Amazon in time. So when the Amazon chick was running towards the beach, she jumped onto like a jet ski or something. Actually, I think she tried to swim or she got in a boat. She did something. She basically got in the water and tried to get away. So she thought she got away, and then she was just like, I got the mask, I got away. And then all of a sudden a big ass tidal wave shows up and like washes her out. And then we come to find out the old black lady, the taxi driver, she's actually the keeper of the mask, because she had the real mask attached to her hip. And the one that the Amazon chick stole was a fake mask they just have on display for kids, for people at the, for the party. So then Laura was just like, so you're the mask protector this entire time? She was like, why didn't you say anything? She was just like, yeah, it was just kind of funny to me. She's like, 3 people asked for my mask on the same day. She's like, I just thought I wanted to play a game. But she said, watching you save that child let me know that there's more to you than I realized, and maybe you can be trusted, Lady Croft, with my secret. So she tells her secret and everything. And then they go to the party and have a good time. She gives both Sam and Laura magic water. She tells them to drink the water. When Laura drank the water, she basically saw a door, like a magic door, and that told her what she needed to know about where the next mask is. Because she told Sam, she said, clearly this old black lady, she's able to protect her mask on her own. So the Sith organization, they're not going to come for her. They're probably going to try to go after an easier target. And she said, I just had a vision, and I think I know where we need to go next. So her and Sam, got in the car together, and they were just like off to the airport and, to infinity and beyond. And then we get a cut scene where there was some random black dude in a graveyard getting drunk. And I guess it's, okay, the black dude, he obviously is a mask holder, a mask wielder, and the mask that he's in charge of protecting is a wind mask. Because when he was in the graveyard, there was wind going through the trees and everything. And then he was like, oh, he's like, the winds have told me I'm about to get visitors or something. So he basically has wind power, and he's gonna be the ally that teams, because there's gonna be a third that teams up with both her and Sam. So he's probably gonna be the third. So we're going to have like the water collector, the wind collector. I guess the first one was like the earth collector or whatever. 2 more and we get to form Captain Planet. That was how the episode ended, and thank you for tuning in. So there's no like breaks in between. Like it's just like action after action. We're just going right on to the next one, which I enjoy, which I like. I noticed they're also kind of like softening up Laura a little bit, because she was a little butch, she was a little manly in season 1, like she was a little too hard, and I see now like they're trying to like soften her up a little bit. They're trying to like fem her up a little. Can't complain about that. It's always cool to see. And I said I look forward to reviewing season 3 with all of you. So check me out on Instagram, on X, on TikTok, and YouTube, where you can leave your questions, comments, and concerns. What you think about this particular episode? Check out my review for episode 1, and look out for my review for episode 3. So that was it, guys. So thanks for tuning in. Don't drink the water because you might have visions. And until then, we're out this